right, welcome back to the channel. The Pick'em Podcast is now live on Facebook, on Twitch, on what else are we on? YouTube. I'm forgetting everything. I'm your host as always. Another week is in the
Senile.
books. The divisional rounds in the books. I'm joined by my two co-hosts as always. Well, I can't say as always. Paul's usually the co-host. Benji's just kind of crashed the scene at this point. We let him stay.
Chaos. All about chaos.
You can't say chaos, Ben, while you're sitting up here taking all the regular picks everybody else picked.
Nobody was picking Cincinnati over Buffalo. That was me.
No, we all said it was a crapshoot to go either way.
And neither one of you did.
It was because it was in Buffalo, all right? We all thought the whole DeMar Hamlin thing, we thought because it's going to be inspiration, they're going to ride that. That's the only reason we picked it, but we said it can go either way. Credit the
Uh-huh.
Bengals, though. Credit the Bengals. They handled their business. It is what it is, Paul. Paul, we went for the gusto, and we were close,
Bro,
man.
it was snowing. It's the same shit that happened against Miami. It was snowing, but the thing is, Cincinnati is used to playing that in that weather too. So it's not even like doesn't matter. But the fact that they almost lost to Skylar Thompson and the Dolphins in the snow, I should have known better.
Yeah, I got caught up in the emotions.
Yeah,
I mean, look, we were almost right about the Jags thing, man. Like, we were almost right. I mean, they were on. It was 27-14 or something like that, and they were on the Chiefs' 4-yard line, and my dude fumbled, and the Chiefs got it back, and then the Chiefs sat up here and punted it away, and then the Jags got it back, and it went down, and I think Trevor Lawrence threw a interception to end it. I'm like, yo, like they had two chances right there in the fourth quarter, 6 minutes ago in the game. They had it, and they just fumbled the bag. Oh, all right. Well, there's only 2 games this week. There's only 2 games.
just two.
Just 2. That's it. And I think, like you said, what we were talking about before we came on the air, that me and you both went 1-3, and Benji went 3-1 this past week.
Yep, can't believe it.
Racist. He's trying to say I can't pick because I'm black.
Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
No,
Nobody says that.
it's the man with the chaotic plan that got it mostly right.
Like, yeah. He's going for all chaos, and yet he's the one over here picking all conservative.
I already told you, man. Nothing
Whatever.
conservative about that.
All right, Paul. What are you looking like? Where are we starting?
All right, the first game on the board. Now let's look at this real quick. I like seeing this because of this chaos right here.
Paul
I
likes
don't.
admiring his work.
I don't like seeing it for one specific reason.
All right. I'll block this area.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Like, so we have the matchups. All right, first game up on deck: the Bengals and the Chiefs.
All right, Benji, you go ahead since you got the called the Bengals right last week.
Called the Bengals right with us last week. Now, I was specifically on the train of them continuing until I heard that Mahomes is actually full go. I'm hearing that he has had no issues whatsoever, that he should be good to go and everything with the ankle and everything. The one thing that's giving me pause is the fact that the Bengals have pretty much owned the Chiefs over the last couple of times they've played them. And I'm trying to actually separate my logic from my hatred for Eli Apple. So, as I already told Calvin, who's commenting right now, what's going on? I hope Eli Apple gives up 350 yards and 5 touchdowns on Sunday. And honestly, I don't care who wins. Because after careful consideration of all of the teams left in the playoffs, There is somebody that I legitimately cannot stand on every single one of them. So I'm not quite sure that I really want anybody winning the Super Bowl.
Oh my god.
um, but with this one, I am going to screw it. We're going chaos. Cincinnati.
Hey, I'm down. Paul, what you got?
The Bengals are on a roll, and the thing was too is that we were concerned because of their line. They lost two of the starters, and they still did well against the Bills. Now, Mahomes' ankle is a little bit of concern. They do have a week, but still, it's a matter of how bad was it, because when he was playing that, he put any pressure on that. You saw him hopping and hobbling and throwing on the other foot and all the other stuff. I think the Bengals are going to win because I think they just know how to beat the Chiefs. I don't know what else to say. They know how to beat the Chiefs.
Uh,
Benny,
to
who
be
you got again?
honest,
I'm sorry.
Cincy.
All right.
it's gonna be a sweep because I'm going Bengals as well. I mean, when I looked at last week, like I said, we both talked about how their offense was, kind of shaky and everything against the Ravens. But last week they handled the Bills like pretty well, and I think honestly, I think it's going to be more of the same. I don't see the Chiefs being able to really hang with them defensively. Like the Chiefs have their weapons, yes. Mahomes isn't going to be he's not 100%. He'll be 85, 90, 95 ish, whatever. But he got to play his AFC Championship game. But the Bengals have had their number for the past what 2-3 games. They beat them 2 times in a row, and to be honest, the Chiefs have, to me, at least the same kind of leaky defense that the Bills have. Like, you know, that's the one thing that kind of gets me. So for me, I'm still thinking like, no, Cal, I don't think it's gonna be an easy game at all because it's the Chiefs in
No,
here. It's the Chiefs, so it won't be easy. But I think again, your running game is gonna do well because I don't see them really stopping the run because the Bills got gashed on the ground, and then again, who's answering for Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd, and Hurst, and mixing out the backfield? Like, to me, the Bengals have too many weapons for the Chiefs, so I don't see the Chiefs being able to hang with them defensively. I think they're gonna keep bending until they finally break. So I'm going Bengals to get back to the Super Bowl on this one.
at the Niners, at the Eagles.
Paul, what you got?
All right. So this was my thing. I believe this is where Purdy is gonna like just like shit the bed. But
Mm-hmm.
I thought that of Jalen Hurts as well too against the Giants. I just thought the pressure would have been on him because it's was a win or go home game. Um, this is a good matchup. I mean, these offenses are really good, and the defenses are solid. This one's tough, man. I, they both got solid offensive weapons and running backs on receivers and running backs. So it's like it's. Oh wait, what is he saying now? I think ultimately it should be the Eagles. This is Calvin. But Bengals 49ers has a bigger storyline. Yeah, I know it does. Um, whew, this is tough. I'm gonna have to go with the Niners on this one. I just don't think that. I think the Eagles are just gonna not. They're not gonna be there. But the thing is, they're at home. I just like the Niners on this one. I'm sorry. It's a close one. It's not gonna be like they're gonna rout them. It's a close one, but I like the Niners on this one.
I can see it. Benji, what do you think?
This is completely biased in every sense of the word. San Francisco. I'm not going Philadelphia. Like I said, and that is complete bias. It's nothing to do with any kind of analytical, prowess or nothing. It's literally that I want Philadelphia out of the playoffs. And again, anybody who thinks I'm salty over last week, I am, but this isn't it. I want Philly out, and I've wanted Philly out because I'm a Giants fan. Can't stand them. Never could. Right? I literally would have taken a wash if Dallas had won that game last week. I'm like, you know what? I hope you both lose.
I mean, with the way that last play went off, like, did you really think they were gonna like do something,
It would have been funny though.
bro? The funny thing is putting Zeke at center, and he got
Yeah,
bulldozed over. I'm like, why would you do that to the guy?
Yo, my man got destroyed on that play.
He wasn't
but
ready, man.
what I am going to say about this, like just bias aside, this is going to be a really good game. This is
It
going to
is.
be a really good game. I don't know where they are as far as rankings. I know Philadelphia is probably number one in both, but if they're number one in both, I want to say that San Francisco is number two. So you're not talking about any type of a slouch matchup anywhere. It's going to be pretty good because they got everybody has weapons on both sides
Yeah.
of in multiple positions. So I would very much like to see, like, the key of this game is obviously going to be Brock Purdy. Like, can he handle what's coming his way? I I don't know what the answer is to that because of the fact that, like, if you want to say that his down game was the game against the Cowboys, I mean, you could say that because they only managed what, like 17, 18 points. I forgot what the final score was, but I know they didn't go over 20.
Who? What
So
game?
the San Francisco Dallas game.
Well, 19-12.
Yeah, so like if you're gonna say that he had a down game, that was it. But that's also a testament to San Francisco's defense. Regardless of how Dak decided that he wanted to start handing the ball out to people, you're still talking about an offense that can put up points and put up points pretty quick in Dallas. So San Francisco defensively ain't no slouch either. But like I said, we'll see how this goes. San Francisco's on a 12-game winning streak. I would honestly hate for that to end here.
Um, me personally, uh this sucks. This sucks.
I
It
know.
really, this really sucks. Yeah, like I said, the bias in me, clearly I want San Fran to win. I don't want the Eagles anywhere near the Super Bowl again. Um, damn, like yeah, the bias in me is the bias in me is just saying San Fran. Like I need San Fran to win this game. I want them to win. I'll be cheering for them as much as far as everybody else I know is going to be cheering for San Fran. Um, I hope Purdy can pull it out. I hope he doesn't get rattled. I hope their O line can hold up against that front seven. And gosh,
Not a hater, I'm a Giants fan.
but my my heart, man, my gut's telling me the Eagles are going to win this game. Like, well, the Eagles, my gut is telling me the Eagles are going to win this, man, and this shit kills me. like,
All right. Here's the thing:
like,
the Eagles' offense is number 2 in the league, behind Kansas City. The Niners are number 6, and the Bengals are number 8. That's the offenses, team offense. I can't. I'm trying to find the team defenses.
my like I said, my mind is saying the Niners because I just don't want the Eagles anywhere near this. But my gut is really telling me the Eagles are going to win this game. I hope my gut is wrong, but I really think the Eagles are going to win. Um, I don't know. Like, I hope the San Fran can guard that RPO better than we could. Hope they get after Jalen Hurts early and often. And like I said, the big thing that they have is they have linebackers. They have linebackers that can do it all. They can blitz and get after the quarterback. They can stuff the run and they can cover. Whether it's Fred Warner, whether it's Greenlaw, whether it's Al Shair, that's the main thing that I feel like is That's gonna be the biggest thing to me. So,
All right, in the season, team defense, San Fran was number 1, followed by Eagles at number 2. The Niners only gave up 77 yards per game
On the
rushing.
ground.
Rushing on the ground, 77
yes.
yards on the ground. Passing 222. They got 44 sacks. They gave up QBR of 82.7. Possession of the game is 28 minutes. Points given up is 16.3 a game. The Eagles pretty much gave up 121 yards a game. They give a QBR of 81.6. They've gotten 70 sacks. The possession they allow is 29 minutes. They gave up 20 points per game. So this is going to be this one is an interesting game. We're going to have one here, and this is the late night game. We could literally have for championship games 2 thriller games, and I won't be mad because of the fact we have 3 games left in the NFL season, just 3, and for 2 of those 3 to be thrillers, and then you can mix and match however you want. Niners, Chiefs, Niners, Bengals, Eagles, Bengals, Eagles, Chiefs. It's going to be a thriller. Like whatever Super Bowl we get, I think we're going to be happy with it. You know what I mean? So we could end like the last 3 games of this NFL season are thrillers, unless somehow the Eagles or the Niners go in there and their defenses just annihilate whoever comes out of the AFC.
Just looking at whoever's left, honestly, as crazy as it seems, considering who they are, Kansas City is the weakest team left.
It's crazy to say it, but I agree. And that's because it's not mostly because of their offense. It's mostly because of like the AFC teams, their defenses are their weaknesses. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bengals, their defense is not bad, but then you have Eli Apple who gets.
I'm saying
he gets burnt worse than a toast, a slice of bread in a toaster oven.
I wasn't the one that brought it up, but I was definitely thinking it.
You know, I'll bring it up. I ain't scared. Calvin, like, stop. You want me to keep going, Calvin? Oh man, he lucky he's a brother.
Give me OBJ 1-on-1. I'm shutting that man down. Okay.
Really? You want me to show the highlight reels on live on TV on stream here? Oh man, he lucky he's a brother because if not, he would have been burnt so bad he'd be red the whole time.
I've seen some of them turn them into apples.
He'd be red as an apple.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's
dad jokes.
That defense is better than I thought. The defense is better than you think it is, but if you compare it to Eagles and Niners, and then you look at their offenses, it's going to be interesting to see.
Now, see, Riley was funny though.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting matchup in the Super Bowl no matter what we get. But I'm saying this now: whatever AFC or other team comes out of the AFC Championship game, their offense is going to be in for a shock, whichever defense they play against, and their defense is going to have their work cut out for them in the Super Bowl. Eli is our Pat Bev for better or worse.
I've literally been hearing everybody and their mother come up with that comparison. Like literally, it is all over Twitter.
Eli, is there Pat Bev?
Yeah.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same. You
I
can't
don't
because
like it.
like I'm not a fan of Pat Bev, and I'll admit it with no problem. But the thing with Pat Bev, he actually plays defense. Does Eli Apple play defense? I mean, that's the position he's supposed to play. That's what he's paid to play. But does he really play it though? I'm just saying. what what vanilla envelope does he have against the coaches? Because they both don't shut the
Duck.
yeah. But you know what? But you know what? As much as you might hate to say it, Pat Bev backs it up. Pat Bev backs it up. Eli Apple. What happened in Super Bowl last year? Yeah. What happened in Super Bowl last year? The only thing that stopped OBJ was that damn turf. That's the only thing that stopped OBJ. Not all the time. Uh, Enough times to get looked at. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. Pat Bev gets bodied all the time too. Yeah, but you got to think though, Pat. Like, where's Pat Bev playing at though? He's not the same. Different sports. Can't compare it the same. Jalen Ramsey got cooked. He did, and he's gonna get to look at the trade him. I think they said
Mhm.
we would have won had the line held up.
I'll take Jalen Ramsey for a bag of Funyuns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jalen Ramsey's not the same anymore.
That's why I'm only trading a bag of Funyuns for him.
He's better
Why
than Moreau.
Funyuns? Why
If
Funyuns,
he
son?
was still if he was still all pro, I'd give pork rinds for him.
All
He's
right.
better than Moreau.
So quarterback carousel.
Better than everybody in the story.
What's happening with Aaron Rodgers? What do you guys think is happening to Aaron Rodgers?
Um, Depends. How much do you think he's like Brett Favre?
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
Because if you think he's going to follow the same career path before he retires, he has to go to the Jets, sexually harass somebody, and then go to the Vikings.
Oh my god.
And then years later, he has to, kind of sort of do some illegal stuff with some funds.
I was gonna post this on TikTok too, but he ruined that.
You can still post it.
They're gonna ban us.
They
Who
can
is?
ban me.
They're gonna have to make
I'm not
sports
here
rights
every week.
too. This guy comes to get our show shut down and leaves. Great, thanks. God, I don't know. There's mad rumors about him potentially getting traded to the Colts and everything. I don't know. I
Ugh.
know Calvin. I'm trying to get our channel blocked, and he's on it. Like,
There's so pretty much every quarterback that's available is linked to the Jets. We're talking about Derek Carr. No, I'm serious. I just saw Tom Brady get linked to the Jets.
I've been seeing that.
I'm like, really? No.
there's a couple XFL quarterbacks out there you might want to look into.
No, we need a veteran and just let Zach Wilson sit back and just learn. That's what we needed to
Like,
do.
you know who's a veteran? JT Barrett. He's in the league still.
Need a veteran like a Derek Carr or
Cardell Jones.
You don't want to wish that on yourself.
no. We gotta. If I mean, I don't know if I want Aaron Rodgers though. That big ass ego head of his. I don't know if he'll fit into the MetLife Stadium.
I don't know if Aaron Rodgers can deal with New York either.
Oh hell no! He'll be like Randy Johnson when he came to play for the Yankees. He'll be all messed up. He'll be like that camera out of my face. Like
His
I don't think
non-vaccinated self.
I don't think he has that skin, that thick skin to play in New York media. Janelle Simpson asking JT still playing.
I don't know. Maybe it might be a backup somewhere to know.
That's all Ohio State quarterbacks are good for. Oh, my bad. Damn.
Hey, don't let John hear you say that. This man is on the CJ Stroud chick hard.
My man
Bro,
thinks we're gonna get CJ Stroud at 25.
Ohio State Buckeye fans think all their quarterbacks are number one overall picks
The
all
funny
the
thing is,
time.
he's not an Ohio State fan. He's a Florida
Not at
State
all. Man
fan.
hates Ohio State, but for some reason, it's just okay with CJ Stroud.
Now, I was okay with Justin Fields. CJ Stroud, I mean, he's not bad, but again, he needs to go somewhere where he could sit down for a year. Where is that going to be? Nowhere. Because if he goes high, it's you got to play. His best
No,
bet.
it depends on what the situation is. Like, I don't think any team that's picking up relatively high, unless you want to include Chicago in that, has a quarterback or whatever that's going to be that's like already established. So I don't think you have that to lean on. But just say, for instance, you had a team like, for argument's sake, a team with an older quarterback. Well, let's say Tom Brady stayed in, Tampa. That may not be like the best, comparison because of the way he played in his last game. But, let's just say, as a matter of fact, let's do Green Bay. All right. Take Jordan Love out of the equation and say they draft a quarterback. Are you putting another quarterback in over Aaron Rodgers? Absolutely not. I don't care where he's drafted. So, like, the situation is possible. I just don't think it's going to happen this year because nobody that's in a position to draft a quarterback that high is going to be, is probably going to be looking for one. I mean, they're not going to have one that's actually like already on the roster. Like, the closest one is Detroit. And the question is, like, are you starting a rookie quarterback over Jared Goff? And I probably think you are.
I don't think so.
Maybe. I don't think so. Dan
No.
Campbell really loves that kid.
No, because that's what I'm saying though. Is
I don't think they're getting one. Is one like I'm just putting that out there as a hypothetical.
True. I don't know.
Joe Burrow's number one pick, but the thing, Calvin, is there's not when you draft a quarterback, not every quarterback is ready to start from day one. And that's what I'm trying to say. You have to know which one's ready, and sometimes you just get lucky that they're ready to go. But you have to remember Joe Burrow tore his ACL, so he literally lost a year.
Now, the other question is Calvin talking about Joe Burrow being the number one pick and he's vouching for him as the conversation that we were having, or is he talking about him as an Ohio State quarterback? Oh, okay, there you go. No, he got that off of him by transferring to LSU. It doesn't count anymore.
Yeah, that don't count. No. No. He didn't play for Ohio State. He was I think the fourth stringer or something like that, third or fourth stringer, and he left and played I think a year or two in LSU if I remember correctly. Might have been a year if not two. But that's why I say if anybody wants to better their program, go ask for one of the Ohio State backup quarterbacks in the transfer portal. They'll do better for your school, and they'll probably end up doing better for their career. Nah, bro. Now what? Now what? What are you gnawing about? Nah. Like what? What's the nah about? We're having this conversation here. Come on, Calvin. I mean, you can hop on, Calvin. I'm just saying. We'll send you the link if you want to hop on. Joe got upset. He's like, turn the camera off.
Ridiculous.
Because I'm looking here and okay, so if you put the peanut in the peanut hole for 2 seconds, but take it out. Wait, what? If you put the peanut in the peanut hole for 2 seconds, but take it out and then put it back, was it ever still in?
I mean, it was there, but still. It's like me saying that. Let me put it to you like this. I flew into San Francisco one time and never left the airport. Did I actually go? I was there, technically. But
What are we talking about right now? Like,
He's trying to convince us that Joe Burrow is an Ohio State quarterback. He
no,
attended to school, but
no.
did he play? Did he do
No.
anything like he was on the bench?
Why are we entertaining this? We were entertaining this the past like 10 minutes for what reason? This was like
Just because
for what reason?
He's like it
Like
still counts. No, it don't.
no, that's
I had
different.
Lonely Island.
It don't.
No.
Just put a bag on my head.
So the
No.
Bears, I think I heard the Bears are gonna may possibly trade back and get more picks to build around. Because I don't see unless they pick somebody else number one. But who would they pick number one overall if not Bryce Young?
Will Anderson.
Yeah, the Texans.
There too.
No, Bears.
The Bears are one.
Bears.
Yeah.
One.
That shows how much I've been paying attention. Um, yeah, it doesn't. All the next is Will Anderson or a trade back. That's really it.
If they're smart, they'll trade back.
Yeah, they'll get a boatload
Yeah,
of picks this year and next year, and depending on how far back they go is how much more they ask for. You know what I mean? You
you'll
can't
have
you can't ask that much to go from 1 to 4, but to go from 1 to like say 15 or even like 24 or sorry 23, which is the Vikings.
it all. It all depends on the points and what the trades are worth. But like,
Well, that's what I'm saying
there
though.
ain't no way somebody's trading back from 1 to 24. That you're gonna give me two entire draft
Well,
classes if
that's what
you're
I'm
telling me
saying.
to trade from
If
one to
you're
twenty
to
four.
trade back to 1 to 23, which is the Vikings, you're gonna have to get like I think 2 or 3 picks, like because of the point scale, and then like second round and stuff like that. It's like it's a lot. It's a lot to jump up that high from 23 to the number
The
one
first
overall.
overall pick is like 3,000 points. Pick 25 is like 700
That's what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying.
or something
23.
like
Like
that.
yeah, I
If
had it
that.
also. Yeah, I had it up here
That
somewhere to find it.
there's
So
there in no way, shape, or form. If I was trading from pick 1 to pick 23, I'm taking 2 to 3 picks. There's no way in hell.
no,
The Niners literally traded up with who the Bears 1 year to take Solomon Thomas and gave up like 4 picks to go up like
Yo,
one spot.
they would not do it. There'd be no way in the world that they would do it. But you know what would get that done if the Bears were, say, in the AFC North? Justin Jefferson.
I'm saying the Vikings.
No, I'm saying if the Bears were in a different, in like, matter of fact, not even in the NFC, if they were in the AFC, or if we're talking about the Texans in the situation rather than Chicago, what would get that done? You talking about a situation where you got a young quarterback getting the bona fide number one wide receiver in the NFL for now until my son Jamar Chase takes over? I'm saying that. I mean, like out, rivalry aside, that would be a good look for Chicago because they, like I said, they don't need, you know, they don't need a quarterback right now. You've
Hell,
already,
they need everything
sat up here and
else.
set yourself up with Justin Fields. You traded up to get him, so you got to ride with it at least until that option year rolls around.
Yeah, they just gotta put everything around him. They need to get a receiving core because they wasted a second round pick getting Chase Claypool's bum ass.
Mm-hmm.
O line's still in flux. They traded their best player on their team in Roquan Smith. Like they need pieces everywhere. So I
Do you
mean,
go? Do you go Quentin Johnson then?
not number one. It's no shot.
Mm-hmm.
There's no shot I'm going to go put it off number one. The only thing I'm considering is Will Anderson at one. If not, I'm trading back somewhere because somewhere along the line, some team's gonna come up with this. The Texans or somebody is gonna come up and just be like, "Yo, I want. We're trading up to one to get Stroud. Here's 5 picks. You could drop down from 1 to 5 or 6 or 4, and still you'll get Will Anderson and like 4 extra picks. Then you can do it. But like, or if it's 5 and you take Quentin at 5, there ain't no way I'm taking Quentin Johnson at 1. I
All
mean,
right. So here's the team.
give me another TCU receiver.
Here's the list of teams that most likely need quarterbacks. The Carolina Panthers,
They're
the
not in
Houston,
position right now.
the Houston Texans,
They're going to get one.
the
They're gonna
Colts,
take Stroud more than likely.
the Colts, the
Where
Raiders.
are they?
The
The Colts are
Colts,
top 5, right?
Colts are
Or do
number
they trade their
four.
pick away?
To number
4.
four.
Colts are number 4.
Yeah, Colts are 4. Colts are 4. Seahawks
Yeah.
are
Why
5.
at that point? Why?
Seahawks
Why?
Seahawks are 5 because of the Broncos. Imagine that shit.
That's going to be the interesting one because everybody's waiting to see if Gino's going to get paid. Does Gino actually get a pay like a contract from Pete Carroll? Because if he does, then you cross off him. You cross off the Seahawks from the quarterback
Well,
conversation.
not necessarily. If he gets one, like I don't know if you've been following Entertainer talking about Daniel Jones, but he
Yeah.
the way he wants his contract set up, where it is you got 2 years and you
Mm-hmm.
got 2 option years behind it, so that you can cut
Mm-hmm.
ties or whatever. If they were to set that contract up like that and still draft a quarterback, that wouldn't be that bad of a look either. It
No.
just depends on how Geno Smith would actually go about it. I don't know if he would agree to that because Geno's what 32.
The only way Gino would I say would agree on that one is if he gets a big signing bonus in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then like if he's smart, the 2 option years, he cuts it down to be cap friendly. That way, even if they draft a quarterback this year or next year, they keep him on as with a cap friendly salary and not a, and he'll become a cap casualty because his salary's so high. That would
Mm-hmm.
be the smart thing to do. That way, he stays employed at least 4 more years. It's
Or
not a
give him a
3 year
play
deal.
instead of making it a team option, make it a player.
You can do you can do this. You can do this. They can figure it out, but they could do year 3 the player option, year 4 the team option, something like that, where it's like a
Mm-hmm.
here and there. They can play either one. But continuing on, you have the Raiders, you have the Saints, the Jets, the Commanders, and then maybe the Falcons, maybe the Packers.
Uh
I would add the Packers to that
Raiders,
list.
yes. Raiders, yes. Saints, yes. Who'd you say? Raiders, Saints. Who was that?
He said the Falcons. I don't.
I said
I,
maybe the Falcons. They still got to figure out what's up with Ritter.
I think they're going to give rid of the benefit of the doubt. They might pick up somebody later, but I think they're going to let him have at least half a season or something, or even draft or sign like a veteran. Uh, you said who else did you say? You said the Saints, the Raiders, somebody else that caught my
Saints, the Raiders,
attention.
the Jets, the Commanders.
The Commanders. The Commanders said they're committed to Sam Howell, so they said next year they're going to go with him, and then they still have Heineke. So I don't see. I mean, you're going to let Carson Wentz probably go, and then maybe you could draft somebody else in the later rounds again.
I
But
mean, I think Carson Wentz is going
between
to go
Howell and
because
Heineke,
that's a $26 billion cap save. So
letting go of Wentz, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's cap casualty right there. And you have to let Heineke take over, and then when Sam Howell's ready, push him in there. You know what I mean? Heineke gives you
They're gonna.
at
Well, they
least
started him the last week. They said they're going to start him next year. So
I
who?
feel bad
How?
for that dude.
How? Well, I mean,
they said they're going to start Howell.
well, if you have Heineke there, you have somebody you know you can still win with. So
Oh,
if
of
Howell
course.
pull him out, you Heineke in there. You have the Packers in there, but I doubt they're going to draft a quarterback in the first round. I mean,
I'm sure. I mean, you had Aaron. You
unless
took Jordan Love.
yeah, but Aaron fell to their lap. Aaron
No, but I'm
dropped.
saying when you had Aaron Rodgers, you took Jordan Love in the first round.
Oh yeah, and
So it's not to stop you from taking a quarterback, even though you have Jordan Love.
Jordan Love is not ready. I don't think they have I don't think he's ready
You,
at all.
you think this quarterback that they're in position to take is going to be ready?
It depends who's there.
I don't think unless your name is C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young, I don't think you're going to be ready anyway.
I don't know, man.
I don't think Will Levis or Anthony Richardson or Hendon Hooker are going to be ready if they get drafted by the Packers.
And the Hooker's still coming off an injury.
That dude's at the Senior Bowl.
Hmm.
He's still coming off injury.
I know he's going to the Senior Bowl.
You have
For what? For watch?
you have the Bucks also looking for a
Didn't
quarterback
he
as
tear
well.
his ACL?
Yes, he did in like week 9. He might just be going to watch and do interviews, but he's going. Jim Nagy already tweeted that out officially. He's going. He accepted the invite.
The Bucks and
Yeah, listen.
The Titans the Bucks definitely be looking for a quarterback.
Yeah,
The Titans, it's one of those where they're gonna get rid of Tannehill. They have to figure out how to get rid of him. Um,
yeah.
Yeah, then I don't think they're going to give up on Willis that quick, though.
no, no, no,
No,
no, no.
no, they will give up on Willis, but I think the Titans need to move on from Tannehill. I think that experiment's done,
Hmm.
and
That was a bad one, dude. I knew for them. Yeah, like no, there's no way he's solid for them.
he's just too scheme specific. It's just can't do anything else. He needs weapons all around him, and he just works off of a great run game. If you don't have a run game, he's not a good quarterback.
Yeah. The question now is Lamar Jackson going to Lamar Jackson's not going nowhere because he get franchise tag. Let's be honest. They're gonna franchise tag that boy, and that man is gonna like probably have to sit out or work through a franchise tag until they can't franchise tag him no more.
I don't know that whole situation is just ugly to me.
It is. It's the Ravens though, man. The Ravens don't. The Ravens don't like to pay unless you're on defense for some reason. They'll pay your defensive players. When it comes to offense, though,
I mean, yeah, I mean that's been their mo for as long as I can remember.
I know,
But
I know.
that'd be music to my ears when Mark Andrews becomes a free agent.
Yeah,
Get that
That'd be
man to New
that'd
York.
that'd be some stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Malik Cunningham is going to the Senior Bowl, quarterback from Louisville,
I don't know where he's going. Um, I
which
know
means that
when
Will Levis turned it down invite.
I
Who?
know when we played them, there was a lot of hoopla around him. I don't even remember the game at this point. I got so much shit going on in my head.
No, I don't remember the
my
game.
my
I didn't
memory
see
of
that
that
game.
Louisville game was a little fuzzy, but I do know that he's gonna be compared probably to Drew Brees when it comes to his size because if I think he's only like 6'1".
Wait, who you
So
talking about?
Malik Cunningham,
Um,
yeah, I think he's only like 6'1". So the first thing that's gonna pop out in everybody's head is, oh man, can he see over the offensive line? All this crap. So I don't know, but I would
man,
like to see what he does when he gets to the league.
they're gonna they're
Yeah,
gonna they're gonna compare that man to a Lamar
Lamar.
Jackson, like, and we all know why.
Hmm.
Yeah, but
That's all.
in a way, he kind of sort of does look like Lamar.
I mean,
I'm just saying. I'm looking at his profile picture right now.
I'm just saying, like, I get it. Like, it just the Louisville gets kids in that mold, like uber athletic, can throw, tight spirals on time and can run and use their legs. But
Yeah.
Calvin, I don't see the Ravens signing OBJ.
No,
The the Ravens aren't that organization.
there's a reason why he said as a free agent, nobody signed him.
Pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. What else we got?
Shoot.
What else happened in the NFL so far? Uh,
I don't know. Not a lot. I mean, People are signing their like practice squad players and guys that are still like restricted. They're doing a lot of re-signings, like futures contracts and stuff like that. Pretty much.
mhm.
I know the Giants were doing that this past week. Um,
Yeah, they
Me and
almost gave
Benji
me
were
a
going to
heart
talk.
attack earlier.
Huh?
They almost gave me a heart attack earlier
Why?
because the notification came up and it said something about Jay Sean Corbin.
Mm,
Now I realized, like, all right, they were actually signing him to the roster off it. I'm like, oh my god.
yeah, yeah. Well, they re-signed a whole bunch of people to futures contracts. Him and Myarick and a couple other people. A lot of people off the practice squad. And then you have like, I don't know. We were talking about it. We were talking about whole Saquon not wanting to reset the market, but he wants to match the market. He's like, I don't want to reset the market. I just want to match Christian McCaffrey at 16 mil a season. And then you got Daniel Jones. And everybody's, going crazy over his comments after the game. Like, yo, they just lost a playoff game. Not only did they lose, they got freaking slaughtered. And
Hmm.
the first thing you want to do is just like, oh, how much do you love New York? What do you want to do for a contract? He's like, dude, like, let me just process the loss. Like, Can I have 30 seconds to talk to just understand in my head that I played like shit? Like
Nope. That's New York media, and that's how they
I
operate.
know, I know. So it was just now
And then
everybody's gonna say,
they're gonna read extra into everything he actually says. So
"Oh yeah," because they said that they gave him the chance to even like days later. They gave him the chance to be like, "All right, now how do you feel? Like, do you feel like you could that you're gonna resign?" And he's like, all time will tell. So everybody's like, "Oh, this guy's not coming back because
I've
he
been
won't
like, it's Wednesday. Hasn't even been a week, bro.
I
Let me decompress. Like he's
know,
Oh
I
wow,
know.
not
And
that
you know
guy.
everybody.
Cowboys
We got,
making
huh?
coach changes on their coaching staff.
Is
Linebackers
it them
coach
firing McCarthy?
linebackers coach George Edwards and running backs coach Skip Pete, who were both on expiring contracts, will not return next season.
I mean, look, as far as like from the Cowboys fan perspective, if they're not firing Mike McCarthy or what's his face, Kellen Moore, they don't care.
How do
Wow.
you not? How do you not like? Why do you let go of the running backs coach when you literally had Tony Pollard have the best season of his career? I mean, maybe it could be something personal, or I don't know. This is like just typical cowboy stuff. Like
That wasn't
you
the
had a
plan.
good season. Let's like get out.
That wasn't the plan. Nah,
Like,
man. Listen, we needed him to underperform so we could sign him back.
right? Like nobody told you the coach was meant to 1,000 yard rushing season. Now he's going to want 50 million. Like it's like we wanted Zeke to be the main guy. Tony Pollard could have about 700 yards or 400 yards, and then he can come back and just take like this quick 8 mil. It'd be good.
Mm.
Mhm.
Like, come on, typical cowboy stuff. You guys did great. Get out. Amari Cooper, 1,000 yard seasons, 10 touchdowns.
To the Browns
Get
with
out.
you.
Get out. Nobody told you to come here and perform. What's wrong with you?
It's a
Hey
lot of
yo,
it's a lot of interviews for the coaching positions.
on the real though, the
Yeah, knock
trade
on the
that the
land.
Eagles made to get rid of Carson Wentz, is that not the single biggest fleece job in the history of the NFL?
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
The
One of them
trade
for
that the
sure.
Eagles made to get rid of Carson Wentz, is that not the biggest fleece job in the history of football?
It's not the fleecing. It's more the what the language and how they put in those. Hey, if he hits this milestone, we get this. If he hits this milestone, we get that. It's that stuff that they were smart on. Because remember, if he played a certain amount of offensive snaps, they got this. I think if they took him to the playoffs, he got this. He got like it was a lot of stuff in that contract that
I
if
know the one that I remember the most is the amount of starts that he made. Once he hit a certain mark, they got a first round pick out of it,
yeah.
which is how they ended up with like 3 first round picks, and then turned that into AJ Brown.
Yeah. So here it is. The Eagles received the conditional first round pick from the Colts in the deal with some parameters. Philadelphia received the 2022 first round pick from the Colts if Wentz played 75% of snaps in 2021
Mm-hmm.
or played 70% of the snaps in 2021. And the Colts made the playoffs. So, yeah, that's what it was. So if he played 75% of the snaps, they got it. But if he played 70 and they made the playoffs, they still got that first round pick. That's crazy though. That's insane, man. Like that's the thing.
So I like I said, I give credit where credit is due. Like the Eagles front office is honestly one of the best in sports, period. But I want to know, like legitimately, does that say more about them or does it say more about Indy?
I would say Indy. I would say Indy because the thing is this: you can I can offer you something, but you still have to accept it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yes, it was smart of the Eagles front office to create those little things here and there. but it was what's the word I'm looking for here? It was it was more like a oversight by the Colts front office to look at that and think that wouldn't have been an issue. And now they lost that first round pick,
Hmm.
which was a high one, which was a high one.
Yeah, I forgot exactly where they were picking. All I know is it was ridiculous. And then they ended up, like I said, that Philly ended up turning that. They took their own pick and traded back with Miami, which ended up landing Miami Jalen Waddle. And they ended up getting another first out of that. It was this whole crazy set of events that ended up getting them in the situation that they're in.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now what happened. I think that's how they got Devontae Smith.
Yeah, they traded back with Miami. What's the name? Miami took Waddle, and then they traded. I forgot what they traded to the Cowboys, but they traded up to jump us and get Devontae Smith.
Then they got Jordan Davis. Wait, no, this is the wrong year.
Now, Jordan Davis, I believe, was this past draft.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wrong year. Hold on, here we go. Okay. Yeah, they traded with Miami. They had the number 6 overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
They
That
traded
was
with
from the tank
Miami.
job.
Yeah. And they had the 6, the 9. Because the Eagles had the 10th overall pick, which was for Devontae. They got from Dallas.
Yeah, that's when they traded back up because they traded from 6 to 12. Dallas was at 10. We were at 11. They were at 12, and then they swapped with Dallas, and then
Yeah.
we traded out of 11.
Yeah. I don't know why y'all ain't take. Oh, wait, no. I would say why ain't take to the field, but yeah. Yeah, so they went from 6 to 12 to 10, and they got Devontae. They got Devontae Smith in that. Yep. They ain't do bad because they got more stock out of that too.
Yeah, of course, because the trade from 6 to 12 should have netted them something good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me see what they got on that trade. Um, Philly trade is first and fifth round selections.
Miami's first round pick for the next
First
year.
and fourth round selections,
Mm-hmm.
and a 2022 first round selection.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Dallas
If
traded
I remember
first
correctly,
round
these jackasses have 2 first round picks this year too.
to Philly in exchange for first and third round selections.
Yep.
Yeah, and they didn't give up much to go up from 12 to 10. They only gave up their first rounder, which was number 12, and the third round pick. That was it.
Yeah.
So
And
they
technically, giving up your first in that situation isn't giving up your first. It's just a swap. What
yeah,
you're really trading is a third rounder.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't wait to get talking to more of this because, like I said, it's a matter of who needs quarterbacks, how many quarterbacks are in the draft, um, who's going to have a quarterback that they're going to let sit and just watch and learn, or are they going to just throw him in the fire?
Whoever takes Max Duggan or whoever takes Malik Cunningham.
Malik Cunningham
Malik
needs to
Cunningham.
sit. Needs to sit for 1 year. I would love to have Malik Cunningham
Taking Lamar Jackson late.
on the rookie contract. Why not?
I mean, he's not going to be like a first or second round pick. I don't think.
No, but I'm saying though,
Nah.
if you take him and you just let him sit behind, like you still have Zach Wilson to figure things out, and Malik could just sit back there and just not. You know, he doesn't have to worry about jack shit because he has Zach Wilson like taking all the limelight. So Malik could just sit back and learn from whoever we get to come in and start. It may be
To
Aaron
be honest,
Rodgers, Tom Brady.
I gotta look at the rest of the quarterback class because beyond like the top five and like as Benji keeps talking about Max Duggan, I don't know who else is really in the draft. Like, so like this guy's one of the quarterback that he knows. Like
Only
Bryce
because
Stroud.
I'm like over the last like the end of the college football season, I think I watched like 5 TCU games just trying to look and see what Quentin Johnson was about. So I got familiar with Duggan.
Yeah, you got
What he is to me is what Billy Zappi was to Brent last year or to Brett last year.
All right, so
Bailey Zappi.
these are some of the
I should have
quarterbacks.
spoke that into existence for the Steelers. That's what I should have did.
So these are some of the quarterbacks in there. All right, so we know Bryce Young, we know C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson from Florida,
Yeah,
Hendon Hooker from Tennessee,
yeah.
Cam
Will
Cameron
Levis.
Cameron Ward from Washington State, Will Levis from
Yeah,
Kentucky,
yeah.
Jaron Hall from BYU. Keep him away
Hmm.
from the Jets. Dorian Thompson Robinson from UCLA, Clayton
Hmm.
Tune from Houston,
I would
Bo,
take DTR on like a seventh round pick.
Bo Nix from Oregon.
I felt like he was going back to Oregon though,
Why do I remember hearing his name for like 10 years?
because he's been in Auburn for 4 years, and then he transferred to Oregon.
Yeah, but I don't think he. I think he's done.
I could have
Is he?
sworn this dude graduated in like 2016.
I thought I saw something about Bowling going back to Oregon.
No, I think he's done. I think he's. I don't think he has any more. Oh
Hmm.
wait, no. Yeah, you're right.
He's
He
going
did
back
in
to Oregon,
December.
right?
He announced he's returning to Oregon for 2023 season. All right.
Yeah, I heard that. I mean, he's an Auburn guy, so I have to follow him.
Yeah.
Is this Tua's brother?
Hmm? Oh
The
yeah,
Maryland quarterback. That's his brother?
yeah, Tulia or whatever. Yeah, my
Yeah.
uncle. Yeah,
Tanner McKee from Stanford. Grayson McCall from Coastal Carolina.
I see
Sam
your boy
people
Hartman
are
from
Joe.
Wake Forest.
people are looking at McKee like he's going to be. Don't say Sean Clifford. People are looking at McKee like Davis Mills. People keep looking at McKee because he's a Stanford guy. So he's tall, lanky, smart kid, and people are really like McKee in the middle rounds.
Yeah.
I am not a Sean Clifford guy, and you see that Penn State flag behind me. I am not a Sean Clifford guy. Not a good,
Uh,
not at all.
Aiden O'Connell from Purdue. Betty's boy Max Dugan from TCU. They have Jaden Daniels from LSU. Jake Hayner from Fresno State. Lindsey Scott Jr. from Incarnate Word, and Tim DeMorat from Fordham. Some of these, like I said, this is from a list from like December 14th. So again, that's why Bo Nix is here. That was like a date, like the same day that Bo Nix declared to go back to school. So I mean,
I want to know. This is getting like way out of the box when it comes to this, but I really want to know when Jordan Travis comes out, how teams are going to view him.
this is a big year for him.
Mm-hmm.
This will be a big year for him, and I like where Norville has the team. Like, and the thing is, we're doing some work with the incoming class, but Norville's doing more work with transfer portals. Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're getting a lot of our guys. That's where we got our defensive end, some of our receivers. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do it again. You know,
Mm-hmm. Hey, did Verse go back?
who?
Jared Verse. He went back,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
Verts
I
went
could
back.
have sworn I saw his name on
Yeah,
the PFN draft list, and it just disappeared. So I was like, "Wait,
yeah. No. He decided to go
Yeah,
back. He decided to go back.
yeah, he went back.
I this is gonna be a big year for Florida State in the ACC because of
mm-hmm.
the fact that Clemson's on the down. They're like kind of like teetering here and there. They're still like strong, but they're not
I
really.
wouldn't put too much stock into that because DJ Uiagalelei left, and that kid that came in last week or that last game for them was a stud. So I wouldn't put too much stock into
Yeah, but
that.
I'm saying
I
though that
think
we still
Clemson's
have to
going to be
see.
right back on the
Well,
rise.
we have to see who else is leaving. Like I don't know who else is leaving from Clemson. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, they're losing another like a receiver or two. Trent Simpson's probably the big one. Braden, what's
Breesy
his
as
name?
well."
Brees. and then Murphy, the D end. They're losing those three, so they're losing a lot of pieces on defense. I believe offensively, I don't. Not a lot comes to mind, but I know you could build around a quarterback, and you know how it is. It still comes in, it's still Dabo. He's still going to get 5-star recruits.
Yeah,
Hmm.
So
yeah, that's what bad. I would say there was like they're teetering here and there, but again, that teetering is not enough to where you like. Oh, we can beat Clemson. Clemson's not the same. It's one of those where
There's a chance.
they'll have a game off here or there.
yeah,
They're
you'll have
not.
a
They're
chance.
not like a strong powerhouse that they used to be. Like shit, we're gonna get routed. We're losing.
You guys are the Florida State's definitely coming back up. Even though you guys didn't listen to me when I said Norvell was a good coach, you still didn't want to listen to me.
I was looking for Dion. All right, shut up.
Yeah, I know. All you two and John over here fighting for your coach, and both of y'all are like, hate this guy. Who's Norvell? This guy sucks. Look at y'all back on the rise. Listen to me every once in a while.
Yeah.
God.
Betty? What do you say? I don't know.
I wanted Dion.
Oh man.
There we go. Oh man.
I'm gonna just
Uh,
throw tantrums from now on and just leave the set. Tell me my new thing.
I Joe Sharp.
Joe has left the building, folks. I'm just gonna leave.
Oh, so it's gonna be interesting drafts to be. Oh man, the games this weekend are gonna be great. I can't wait to see them.
Oh yeah. Either way, I just hope for good games. All
They're gonna be.
bias and all that crap aside.
They're gonna be. And then I just saw that what's his name? Pat Mahomes wasn't wearing a boot when he has a press conference.
Hmm.
Just
Oh,
regular Joe Schmo, no boot, no walking boot, nothing. So
Yeah, I think the biggest fear was that ankle sprain a high ankle sprain? Because if it was, then that might have ended up that would have been a real issue.
yeah,
Because you're talking about cutting his game literally in half, if not more.
yeah. And that's the thing. A lot of that offense revolves around him and what he brings, his intangibles that he brings to the game revolves around that offense. Like we saw when Chad Henne came in. Chad Henne, and that was the thing when I saw Chad Henne, I was like, okay, Chad Henne might win the game for them, but he might not. He's not going to win the next game. Chad Henne's not the type that he'll get you a win here and there, but he's not consistent enough to get you 2 wins back to back or 3 wins back to back. So that's why I was like, Chad Henne's not bad for them as a backup, but if Mahomes is completely out the game, completely out for the season, they're they're done. They're cooked because he brings so much to them on offense. Like the no look passes, the ability to run and just pop it over here and do whatever he wants. It's ridiculous. It's literally like playing basketball. You have to close the passing lanes for him. But the thing is, like everything is a passing lane for him. You know what I mean? So it's like it's hard to play against him. It's difficult. When you
Yeah,
beat.
because he has the ability to just create nonsense.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, pull shit out of his ass, literally.
This
He
dude
really
just
will.
be literally making jump shot passes. It's
Oh yeah,
30 yards on a dime.
he'll
No
look at
feet on the ground whatsoever.
he'll look at you this
You
way.
can't stand this
He'll, he'll
dude.
he'll look this way. He goes like this, throws that way to the other side of the field, and you're like, "What the hell is that even possible?" Pat Mahomes is possible. Pat Mahomes is possible. And if the game is close, if the game is like 24-21 Bengals, Calvin will be sitting on it and be shut himself because of the fact that if you give Pat Mahomes a minute and a drive and he's down by 3, he has a chance to win the game for you. If not, put the kicker in a position to tie the game at least. And their kicker is a good one too. So it's like that's why that game is a tough one because it's like it could go either way. But the Bengals have their number somehow. They just figured out ways to beat them. Is this going to be different? I don't know. Maybe the Chiefs have something in store. I don't know. We have to wait and watch to see what happens. But again, I'm sticking to my guns. I'm saying with Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
Yeah. I just can't wait to see. Like I said, after these games happen, we'll have our Super Bowl party and our Super Bowl podcast and everything, and then it'll be off season time, and then we can
We'll
really dig in.
be
I'm sure we will all been.
looking at the combine, and
Oh yeah, Senior Bowl, Shrine Bowl, Combine for agency, pro day, looking at all that. Just can't wait.
Joe, who'd you have? The Eagles, Niners, Eagles, right?
Yeah, I'm taking the Eagles. It's just a gut feeling, man. I hate it. It's just I hope I'm wrong, but it's just a gut
It's,
feeling.
all
My
right,
gut's
so we literally all picked the Bengals. You're the lone one for the Eagles. Benny and I got the Niners.
I hope you guys are right, but
So it's looking like
Benji knows how it is with my gut feelings and my speaking things into existence. He knows
Mhm.
so
how it is.
so it's looking like this. Benny and I are saying it's a Niners and Bengals replay of I forgot what Super Bowl it is. Super Bowl Bengals and Niners. You're saying Bengals and Eagles in the Super Bowl.
I hope it's Bengals Niners.
Dude, if
yo,
it's go ahead,
from
Benny.
a marketing perspective, that is like the worst Super Bowl. Both of them.
No, I think the Bengals and Niners is a good one.
No,
You
no, no.
have
What I mean from what I mean is from a marketing perspective. If you're trying to market to somebody who doesn't watch football, and you say, "Yeah, the teams from Cincinnati and Philadelphia are going to be in the Super Bowl," you're like, "What?"
no, there's a way to market it. I mean, you have Jalen. You can market the Eagles. I mean, and the Bengals. There's a way to market it, but the easier and the better market one, the sexier appeal, I would have to say is the Bengals and the Niners because you have a replay of the Super Bowl, and then you say now you have Joe Cool, but Joe Cool is actually on the Bengals this time and not the Niners. The reincarnation of Joe Cool is on the Bengals and not the Niners.
No, you could technically do the same thing with San Francisco too. San Francisco and Kansas City. That's a rematch of the Super Bowl that literally just happened.
It is. I mean, and then it's like a part two, and but this time it's Brock Purdy,
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing: if Brock Purdy wins the Niners a Super Bowl, like, what do you do with Trey Lance?
I already told y'all what you do with Trey Lance. You trade him.
Here we go.
I mean, like Trey Lance has nothing that can help him to say, "Hey, I should start over Brock Purdy." The man won the team a Super Bowl. Like, what, you can't knock him down. They're in the same position the Eagles were when Nick Foles won the Super Bowl and Carson Wentz was hurt. Who's starting? The only difference at that point was Carson Wentz literally got the Eagles to a position to a winning record before he got hurt, and Nick Foles just finished out the season. That's the only difference. Trey Lance got hurt at the beginning of the season. It's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah.
You want to take us out, Joe?
Uh, oh yeah. We're just supposed to be like a half hour in and out, 2 games, and you want to go on talking about freaking Super Bowl carousels and stuff. Man, can't even post it on TikTok anymore.
You know you love it.
Ridiculous. Well, you guys heard it here. You guys heard our predictions. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Prince Pickums, I just saw your name. Ridiculous. I literally just saw his name. Gosh.
I
Anyway,
just said that I wanted to see you. I want to wait for you to see that. That's what.
it took the entire episode, and I just saw that. Oh, all right. Anyway, as always, like, comment, share, support, subscribe. Hit the like button, hit the bell for notifications so you get all the latest news and videos when we pop up, go live. And until next time, like I said, I'm gonna try to do better this week. That's Paulinho. That's apparently Prince Pickham's down there. Uh, we'll see you after these championship games and see how we did. Have a good night. See you next time, guys.